Hey everybody, it is Tea Time with the Diva. Grab your tea, grab your coffee, because we're going to get into it. This Tea Time is dedicated to the Real Housewives of Atlanta, but is really dedicated to Kenya Moore. You know, Kenya Moore, when they was filming this Sweet 16 season, early on, because it just happened in last night's episode, she opened or had a nice opening. Well, it started out as a nice opening for her amazing, beautiful Kenya Moore hair care spa. And at said opening, she decided, because her and one of the cast members, Britt Edie, not getting along at all. Say they wasn't getting along. So she decided at her opening, she was going to say, "Who this hoe?" On a poster board. Saying, "Who this hoe?" And then she showed pictures of Brittany in a very explicit situation. As a result of that happening, they benched Kenya Moore. They sat her down. They suspended her for the rest of the season. Now, as this thing is playing out in real time, and in real time, people are not connecting with Britt, the newbie. They're not liking her attitude. They're not liking her demeanor. They're not liking the way that they feel she is coming after Kenya Moore. So therefore, they are screaming now saying, "Bring Kenya back. Bring Kenya back." Well, I believe they already finished filming the whole entire season. So the best they could do is bring Kenya back at the reunion. And I have to ask you up front, in case you don't stay for the whole video. Do you think they should bring Kenya Moore back for the reunion? Let me know your thoughts. Do you also think that Britt was antagonizing Kenya Moore the whole time, the little bit of time that we saw so far? Nobody deserves, as women, a lot of times men will try to degrade us. They will try to come after us. They will try to exploit us. There's a lot of women out there where when they was dating someone, they sent their mate sexy pictures or videos. And then those men, when they break up, they call it revenge Pete. They send those videos and pictures and put them on the internet or whatever. So no one deserves what Kenya did to Britt. But do you think that everybody can be forgiven and Kenya Moore should be at the reunion and also be allowed to come back and work on the Real Housewives of Atlanta? Let me know your thoughts. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and get right into the story. Let me share the screen. So Kenya Moore, RHOA fans want her back. Our season finale. So they want her back on that season finale. I guess I thought they filmed it already, but we'll see. Kenya Moore fans are calling for her return to the Real Housewives of Atlanta, standing with her as season 16 rolls on after she was suspended indefinitely last summer for unveiling alleged oral S posters of Brittany Edie. A new episode of RHOA came out last night, and it captures Kenya, Brittany, and the rest of the ladies from filming last summer before Moore was suspended indefinitely. And at the end of the show, if you watched it last night, they put up this little snippet and said, based on Kenya's behavior, the decision was made to cease filming with her this season. So they did say this season, meaning that I guess the door is not closed, okay? The door is not closed on Kenya Moore. And if the door is closed, they want them to open it back up, the fans, okay? At some point in the episode, the producers appeared to have added a message explaining that because of Moore's behavior, she was kicked off the show, basically explaining why fans won't see her moving forward in season 16. TMZ broke the story last summer. The cast was filming with Moore whipped out a bunch of alleged posters of Edie performing oral S. While she initially denied doing so, Moore ultimately copped to pulling out the pictures last fall. So let's just take a listen. This is when it was filming in real time, and everybody heard that Kenya was suspended. They caught up with Claudia Jordan, and this is how Claudia felt. Let's take a listen.
What do you think about everything going on with Kenya? She's no longer going to be on the upcoming season of the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
I think that's tragic. I think is it worth watching if she's not going to be on it? I think she's a big part of that success, and I hope it's only a temporary thing if that's what she wants. I haven't spoken to her. I'm gonna give her a call though after BT weekend and just see if she's all right and what she's thinking of. But Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the details of everything, but she's never been a liar though.
Yeah. So that's what she's come out and she said that her conscience is clear. She hasn't done anything wrong. Does that sound like Kenya? It sounds like
Yeah.
that sounds like.
A lot of times people, Kenny will say something and people accuse her of being messy, only to find out years later she was telling the truth. I've kind of been in that situation myself on that show.
So you feel like Bravo not having her on upcoming season is a mistake, and that fans shouldn't tune in, or that they won't tune in?
I would never tell the fans not to tune in because I will always want Housewives to do well because I have fond memories and I love Bravo. But I think the fans want to see Kenya, and the fact that Portia and Kenya are in a good place now. Portia coming back with all her stuff that she has. I think it would be an epic season.
Okay.
I think they were setting up to be an epic season. Like all the stuff that's been leaked, we're like, wait, what? I'm gonna watch this year.
So how do you think that Kenya, should move forward? I know you said you hope that it's just a temporary thing, but do you think she should come back to the show in the future, or should she? What do you think?
I was just talking to a friend about this kind of stuff. Sometimes decisions like that have to be made for us because we never leave on our own. And I do believe in signs. Like maybe there's some big, huge opportunity like right around the corner for her that she doesn't even know about. I just want what's best for her and whatever makes her happy. But I know that she got a good check because we used to have the same lawyer, and honey, there was more zeros on hers than it was on mine. I know she was getting paid, so.
Not you had the same lawyer. Not the lawyer. I hope the lawyer. Let me pause this. The lawyer wasn't telling the business of the clients messy. Brandy Granville and Claudia Jordan showed support for Kenya after she was suspended, and Sheree Whitfield even told us she felt the show was sinking without her. Worth noting, Moore brought out the pictures after Edie mentioned she had a pow following an intense confrontation with Moore. No pow was actually pulled out, but some fans saw the comment as a threat, and they're calling for Brittany to be fired now too. Well, I don't know if y'all saw it, but the fans, the people, they know how to dig up stuff. They did dig up very early on episode where Kenya Moore said, should I pack my heat? I have my heat on me. You know what heat means? The same thing as a pow. So I don't know. Y'all tell me your thoughts. Many are happy Kenya was leaving. Kenya's left, calling the show to keep her on, and even claiming that tonight is their season finale. Through though several more episodes this season are apparently scheduled for release. Sounds like not everyone's going to come back for RHOA season 17. That is, unless Kenya's back in the fold. There were many shows where I thought without a certain personality on the show wasn't going to last. And let me back up. The people are saying it's the season last night was the season finale because for them they're saying they ain't watching no more with Kenya not being on it. So that's the joke there. But there were plenty of reality shows where I felt like, oh, so-and-so's not on it. This show is not going to be anything. I don't think it's going to last. I don't think it's going to survive. But I've seen many shows survive, including RHOA, without the person I thought it was going to not survive with. I never pictured RHOA without Nene Leakes, right? Regardless of Nene Leakes and what she did or didn't do, I just, connected RHOA, Nene Leakes. I thought it was all one and the same. Didn't quite picture the show without her, but the show did last without her. And I don't know if you want to say the show was successful or not successful without her being here, but the show did last without Nene Leakes. So what am I saying? I have no, what did it say? They say dog in this fight, so to speak. If Kenya Moore comes back, because I never want to see anybody lose their job, I'm fine with it. If she doesn't come back, I think the show could possibly survive without her. I'm sure it probably can, because RHOA for a long time hasn't been the RHOA we known when it was Nene Leakes, when it was Candy Burris, when it was Kenya Moore, when it was Sheree Whitfield, when it was even what's the name? Don't be tardy for the party, okay? Even it was her. The show hasn't been the same. Kim Zolciak. The show hasn't been the same really since the beginning days. And actually, a lot of these reality shows haven't been the same since the beginning days. So either way, y'all, let me know your thoughts. Do you think Brittany should be fired? And do you think Kenya Moore should be allowed to come back? Chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be notified. If you are a subscriber, welcome back, everybody. Thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you on the next video.